Hello students, welcome to SUPSC. Welcome to today's current affairs for IAS, IPS, IFS, KS and PSI. In this video, we will see in the first place the highlights from Indian Express and their analysis. The first highlight is Commodore Raval takes command on INS Shivaji. Commodore Arvind Raval on Saturday assumed the command on INS Shivaji. It is a Indian naval ship Shivaji, Indian Navy's premier marine engineering training institute located at Lonavala near Pune. It has been happened at the Indian Navy's premier marine engineering training institute located at Lonavala near Pune. He has succeeded from Commodore Ravi Sheth. Before him, there was another Commodore, Ravinish Seth. Now, Arvind Raval has taken the command after him. Who moved to the Directorate of Marine Engineering at the Naval Headquarters? Ravinish Seth has occupied the Directorate of Marine Engineering at Naval Headquarters, New Delhi. In his place, Commodore Arvind Raval has came, and he is the command of INS Shivaji. Kerala gives bigger role to local bodies to tackle surge. With the active COVID-19 cases in Kerala rising to 4.17 lakh, the state government on Saturday decided to give a bigger role to local self-governing bodies to manage the surge. In the first wave of pandemic last year, the local bodies had been involved in the micro level implementation of containment strategies. Now also in the second wave, they have given a bigger role to the local bodies, and they will work in the micro levels in the containment strategies and medication strategies in Kerala. In upcoming days, let's see what happens to Karnataka and another states. Karnataka is now in a second place in active COVID-19 cases, active COVID-19 daily cases. Maharashtra panel to study Maratha quota order by Supreme Court. The committee will be set up in 2 days and submit its report within 15 days. The name of the judge will be decided by Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray, Maharashtra's Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray. The Maharashtra government will set up a committee to study the judgment on Maratha quota from Supreme Court. It is likely to be headed by a retired judge from Supreme Court or High Court of Maharashtra to study this Supreme Court judgment that struck down reservation for Marathas on May 4th. On May 4th, there was a judgment to struck down its Maratha reservation in Maharashtra, saying that it will cross over 50% reservations in the state, and which is unconstitutional. Even though another states like Chennai and Andhra Pradesh, there is a reservation up to 65% of the total quota. Let's see the developments in this case. The SC had struck down, the Supreme Court has struck down Maharashtra law granting quota to Marathas in education, educational admissions and government jobs. terming the legislation as unconstitutional, and also refuses to refer 1992 Mandal judgment setting 50% cap on reservation to a larger bench for Maharashtra. In 1992 Mandal judgment, they have set the total reservation quotas to the 50% of total requirements in government jobs as well as educational admissions. Now, what Maharashtra government is doing is they are giving reservations which can cross the total reservations to above 40%, above 50% of the total posts. And Supreme Court has struck down this judgment saying that it is a unconstitutional thing, it should not be practiced. It has been done on May 4th. In coming 15 days, this report will get another revision or another look from a retired judge. This panel has been set up by Maharashtra government, and the retired judge, name of the retired judge will be decided by Chief Minister of Maharashtra, that is Uddhav Thackeray. This panel will be called Maharashtra panel. These are the main highlights. These should be remembered. DRDO's COVID treatment drug gets emergency use not. DRDO has developed a COVID treatment drug which is called 2-deoxyglucose 2DG, which can provide early relief from oxygen dependency among the patients, which can be helpful as second COVID-19 wave rages on across the country and more patients continue to need medical oxygen. The country's drug regulator has approved an oral drug developed by DRDO, that is Defense Research and Development Organization, for emergency use for adjunct treatment of moderate to severe COVID positive patients. Nowadays, we are looking at oxygen crisis, oxygen shortage in India. To relieve this, government has taken a step towards allowing the DRDO's COVID treatment drug, which is called 2-deoxy-D-glucose, which will provide an early relief from oxygen dependency to the moderate and severe COVID patients. Let's see the highlights from The Hindu. FCRA rules hit overseas COVID aid to hospitals and NGOs. Indian entities including hospitals, charitable trusts hoping to receive COVID-19 relief material from overseas, that is another nations, individual donors or donor agencies, foreign individuals or foreign donor agencies could be in trouble because unless they are registered under the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, that is FCRA, with a stated objective involving provision of medical care, then only they will be allowed to receive COVID aid to their hospitals and their charitable trusts. Now, what is the thing is happening in India is there are many fake NGOs. They are gaining the COVID aid from foreign overseas individuals and overseas donor agencies, and they are selling the COVID aid kits as well as COVID aid medicines to hospitals and individuals in with a high prices. They are taking the donations from foreign agencies in free and they are selling with a high price and they are making their profit. Therefore, the government has taken such a step that if an NGO or a hospital is receiving or charitable trust is receiving overseas overseas COVID-19 relief materials from donors, foreign donors and foreign donor agencies, they should be registered under Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. Then only they will be allowed to receive the donations from foreign donors and foreign donor agencies. India and European Union relaunch FTA talks, sign connectivity partnership. India and the European Union agreed on Saturday to relaunch free trade negotiations by resuming talks that were suspended in 2013. For the Bilateral Trade and Investment Agreement BTIA, as Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacted virtually from Delhi with EU chiefs Ursula von der Leyen and Charles Michel, along with 27 European leaders gathered in Porto, Portugal on Saturday. Post Brexit, this is a first thing India is doing with European Union. They want to, India and European Union want to relaunch a free trade negotiations between India and European Union nations, and the India and European Union nations free trade negotiations were suspended from 2013 and they are being resumed by now on. They are called Bilateral Trade and Investment Agreement, that is BTIA. Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacted virtually from Delhi with the European Union chiefs Ursula von der Leyen and Charles Michel, along with 27 European leaders who were gathered at Porto, Portugal on Saturday, that is yesterday. Supreme Court in coordination with UNICEF highlights need to protect children orphaned by COVID-19. The Supreme Court Juvenile Justice Committee in coordination with UNICEF highlighted the need to urgently provide care and protect children suddenly made vulnerable by the loss of one or both the parents to the second wave of COVID-19. Supreme Court's Juvenile Justice Committee made a coordination with UNICEF from UNO, United Nations Organization, highlighted the need to urgently provide care and protect the children who have lost one parent or both the parents through this second wave of COVID-19, and they want to provide a care and protect the children who have been orphaned by COVID-19 wave. Let's see the highlights from PIB. Experimental drone flights for vaccine delivery aim to provide last mile healthcare access. Now the drones are being given permission, as well as the drones are being experimented to do the vaccine delivery to hospitals and other health institutions. The Telangana government may start a trial by end of this month. ICMR, that is Indian Council of Medical Research, earlier permitted to conduct feasibility to study of COVID-19 vaccine delivery through the drones. Now this is being practiced by Telangana government. Government of Telangana for conducting experimental beyond visual line of sight, that is BVLOS, drone flights for delivery of vaccines. The You should remember this experiment's name, experimental beyond visual line of sight, that is the experiment's name, and the institution name is ICMR, the government name is Telangana government. The first batch of women military police inducted into the Indian Army, the Corps of Military Police Center and School at Bengaluru held the attestation parade of first batch of 83 women soldiers at the Dronacharya Parade Ground on 8 May 2021. This is the first batch of women military police inducted into the Indian Army from the Corps of Military Police Center and School, that is CMP and C&S. There are total 83 women soldiers. This has been done at Dronacharya Parade Ground on 8th May 2021. The parade was conducted as a low-key event while observing all the COVID protocols. Low-key event is a low popularity event or low public event. It is a protocol that is held by the COVID protocols, which states that there should be a social distancing between public and there should be a limited crowd in the audience, and the total woman crew is 83. These are the main highlights: Dronacharya Parade Ground 83 and the Military Corps of Police Center and School, and the COVID protocols have been followed, and this is a low-key event. These are the keywords. These should be remembered properly. Thank you very much, guys. These are the today's current affair highlights. I will give one GK detail along with current affair highlights. Please comment if you want the GK detail along with the current affairs. If you do insist, I will continue to make a current affair video along with the GK highlight explained. GK like UNO and our UNEP, such kind of institutions will be explained detailedly along with the schemes from India and initiatives from India as a part of UNO and UNEP. Thank you very much, guys. Wish you all the best.